Lately, I've been seeing more and more videos from healthcare workers, financial experts, and other professionals on the front lines, people who deal directly with retirees, warning that having kids is not a retirement plan. These experts are practically shouting from the rooftops that relying on children for retirement plans later in life is a risky strategy that often backfires. So today I want to discuss common trends these people are seeing with the people they work with, and I'm also going to share experiences from people who are 70 plus who've opted out of parenthood to get perspective on quality of life in old age. One person said, "I worked in healthcare for 20 years, mostly geriatrics, and the amount of people who had regular visits from family was shockingly low. I think people tend to romanticize family relationships. Most people who had regular visitors had a spouse who was still alive and healthy, or a sibling who had never married still alive and healthy. Children grow up and live their own lives and have their own relationships and responsibilities. They may stop to visit on holidays. Don't have children because you are afraid of being alone in your old age is all I'm saying." Another child-free healthcare worker said, "I work with older adults and it's made me feel way more comfortable not having children after seeing what aging is really like. Kids are not retirement plans, but many people expect them to be, and given past social norms, I do get it. I do think it would be a much better world if people were given more free time to have families and invest in them, including their older family members, but at least in the US, we have decided as a nation that functional steps to help families and older adults are not important. I don't see that changing by the time I'm elderly, so I'm not expecting children to save me. The best bet for child-free people is to build a strong social circle and contribute to that social circle. Keep up with your friends and the family that is aging with you. Work out and eat well to reduce as much as possible potential future health issues to keep costs down and keep mobility up. It's not a foolproof plan, so I mentally get comfortable with the idea that I may die younger than I hoped for. We'll see though." And the next story was a post by someone who works in wealth management and uses their firsthand experience with various family financial situations. In his line of work, he's witnessed the financial strain many parents face, especially when they find themselves supporting their children even into adulthood. He says, "As someone who works in wealth management, children are a terrible retirement plan. As child-free people, we often hear the phrase, 'But who will take care of you when you're old?' from parents who are trying to convince you to join the club. I can say with certainty as someone who works in wealth management and sees a lot of different family situations that having kids guarantees almost nothing in old age. Some insights. First of all, having kids takes money away from you that you could be investing and saving up to pay for a nice living/care situation for yourself. I've even seen many seniors going broke because they've had to take care of/bail out their children even into adulthood. Number 2, you can pay someone who will advocate for you if you are ever in advanced stages of age and are not mentally sound, usually an attorney. This trusted person knows what you want and where your money should be spent. I also highly advise all people to have a will." I just want to insert that living trusts are much more important than a will, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, back to it. I have seen countless cases of children/siblings descending on dying people like vultures, looking to take their share of the treasure before the person even takes their final breath. You can also leave your money to charity instead of to entitled brats and really make a difference in the world. 3, I've seen plenty of seniors with adult children who never even see them. Recently, I had a client move all the way from Florida to Pennsylvania to be closer to their kids, and they never come to see them. They just moved back to Florida recently. Many seniors are just stuck in nursing homes of variable quality when they become too much of a burden. Moral of the story, relying on others for your well-being is never a sound plan. Take charge of your own life and situation. Save up and save early, and you can retire exactly how you want to. And just a note, I think that this advice especially applies to women who tend to invest way more financially into their families than their husbands. So even despite everything in our culture trying to gear women towards getting married and having children and putting the most value on investing in marriage and children, the proof is in the pudding. As we've discussed numerous times, men benefit from marriage the most out of anybody, which is why this narrative is constantly pushed, despite the data and much evidence to the contrary. Research shows that unmarried childless women tend to be the happiest group among the population. Data from the American Time Use Survey revealed that while married men initially report happiness, this shifts when their spouses are not present, with unmarried individuals experiencing lower levels of misery overall. Interestingly, unmarried women also tend to live longer and face fewer mental and physical health issues than women who have married or had children. While marriage has been shown to benefit men, making them calmer and reducing risky behaviors, it doesn't have the same overall positive effects for women. So what does life look like for people who never had kids? I am in my 50s and don't regret not having children, although when I was younger, there were a few times I felt a twinge when finding out friends were pregnant. When I look at the lives of my coworkers who have young children, I'm surprised they don't jump off a cliff. Lord, what a life, not 1 minute of downtime. My husband and I travel all over the planet, have lots of disposable income for luxuries, and have all the time in the world to enjoy ourselves. We have the income because we are able to focus on our careers without distraction. The heartache I see some people go through because of their children, illness, law-breaking teens, unearned animosity. I just think my lucky stars I took a different path. I don't doubt that there is a special, impossible to explain love for your children that I will never experience, but I'm pretty crazy about my cat, and at least I know my cat won't crash my car after going for a drunken joyride with his friends or stop talking to me because I said something negative about the village idiot she is dating. Anyone who creates children to take care of them when they're old is really taking a gamble. I know tons of people who have moved far away from their parents and established their lives in other provinces, states, or countries. They might see their parents for special occasions, but that's about it. I adore my parents and I will certainly care for them when they need it, but I'm pretty sure my brother would never help them out. At most, he would hire someone to take care of them. Well, after working for 30 years and being smart with money, I can hire someone to take care of me when I need it. I mean, really, who wants their grown children changing their diapers for them or being crushed by the burden of caring for someone sick and possibly ill-tempered or suffering from dementia? I'm pretty sure my parents would rather die than see that happen. I think child-free people have so much more time to cultivate true, long-lasting friendships, and I'm hoping my child-free, some never-married friends will continue to keep us company as we get older. I'm sure it seems selfish and probably is, but personally, I have a great life and wouldn't trade it for the world. And finally, I'm going to leave you with this letter with an 85-year-old child-free widow who wanted to give those of us on the child-free subreddit some perspective. I shared this once before, but took it down, but want to share it again because it's beautiful, and as a fence sitter, it helped me a lot. A letter from an 85-year-old widow, my child-free experience, and a few humble opinions. Dear young people, I wonder if I'm the oldest person to post on this forum. It was a young lady who told me about this forum, and I have read many of your posts and comments for a few weeks. Many have made me smile, some have made me wince. It appears to me many of you are here to validate your life-changing decision. Finding people similar to you is important, and I understand the need. So can I just say, from my experience, your decision is a good one. And if you want to know why I think that, please give me 5 minutes of your time. I was married for just over 50 years. We kicked the norm and did not want kids. In those days we said we are trying for a few years and then we cannot have kids, case closed. It was our personal secret. It's nobody's business. If we were honest and said we cannot have kids because we just don't want them, the fallout with family and friends would have been tough for us. Our 50 years in a nutshell was perfect. Good jobs, no money worries, followed our own interests and hobbies. We had many friends and many lovely nieces and nephews. If I could go back in time, would I do it again, being child-free? 100% yes. I would live the same life 1,000 times. I know and have known many people. This is my humble observation. Group A, they have kids, have a great life, and all is perfect. I know many, so it can and does happen. Group B, they have kids, it is a hard life, and they have problems. Many wish they could have a child-free do-over. Group C, they have kids, all is good. But then the empty nest and dwindling contact breaks their hearts. Group D, the child-free group. I only knew a few. I cannot give you breakdowns and percentages for all the groups. The bottom line, in my experience, Group D is always the happiest and most content. Of course, there are many happy people from Group A too. My husband died 10 years ago, and I mourned him, and I still miss him every day. But being child-free means this. My life was never defined by kids. I had a strong network of friends and so many hobbies. I was able to move forward. Life goes on, and I have a full and happy life and a new partner. My friends who have lost their partner, who have kids, their common problems is their kids don't give them enough time. It upsets and hurts them. They are too reliant on them. They expect payback for all the time and money they spend on them. Their interests and hobbies are sometimes non-existent because everything is/was about their kids and grandkids. One friend said this, which I never forgot. The empty nest thing is real. It is like being dumped by the love of your life after 2 or 3 decades, but staying friends. It is never the same. I now have a private apartment in rest home, lovely friends, full busy days, and lovely staff. One being the young lady who has asked me many questions about being child-free and told me about this forum. Good luck to you all. One of the main goals of my channel is to help women unlearn all of the propaganda that is constantly bombarding us from day one of our lives to subjugate us into positions for other people to benefit. The goal is not to persuade you to one way of thinking. It's to present you with the information that they do not tell us so that you can form your own opinions. To take charge of your life, no matter whether or not you want to have kids, get married, or stay single. You have one life to live. The power is yours. Please like, comment, and subscribe for more.